Abida for mamachi makwaba.
Ejoso
Alaji. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Se bibi aboko.
Ajaiba. Yashasi. Send the nipa be 171,000 I think.
Yeah.
Representing maybe 0.007 and Bibisa. But Yashasi. Yashasi. 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 11 months.
100 days.
100 days.
50 days.
50 days of India.
10 days. And they have a bit route.
5 days or 6 days.
Yeah, 5 days. La yeah, kwe numa anisa.
No.
Dr. Bano.
Mini apanye.
I want to.
Oh yes, Adam. At the patchy.
Why smart pa?
Sir, and your economic symposium. My name is Adom from where there is the ABC economic symposium.
It's true.
Yeah, discuss job creation, credit scoring, flat rate tax system, free senior high school. I no pay. I don't do pepe.
Oh, okay.
No, okay. I say you better hock a crant. You know, say
fantastic.
I was your hands na your far hatch.
Fantastic.
Why is this your where you made it?
CJ na point. I want to say need the any consult.
Where you made it?
Allegation doctor.
And say Alaji or lawyer. Because papa ni lawyer. Where you made it?
Look, meet me you editor. Hey,
and pay me nyan kran so we say na dey also mama crime mama badam so na we say me fa hansa na mako economic symposium ni chenuti na me de CJ na send me text message and pay me here no studio have
message am saka na me na me send you. Fantastic. Doc ya mwakwaba. Lawyer
Aminia
bibi aboko
me hu fam kakra but
bre campaign why you hu bi ankasa wachi enra na me share honorable Lanchamantin was on GTV nam say or share youth be
no GTV
yeah no na me share program sir. Oh okay
say Alan there say mamicha
etifo Jos
na menchia me wofa honorable enya bema dog na eja you be having nice discussion say ka Alan dey be ka same way say ka yenyina ka ye papa company na ye PCU e dey mana enkenu na ka ye join twice kala na say e join ebema no it is 7 mo kwa sana mo join ho mfa kana say papa company our PCU why not this age one no be shenesa so utie nenra
yeah.
On a meeting
fantastic presentation.
Yes,
yeah.
And not just the fantastic presentation, but a solid track record, both in private sector and
lawyer Andrew appeared.
No, I don't comment because a fact. What I say? So your Empretech a fact, an opinion. Your Enterprise Africa a fact, an opinion. Your year as Minister of Trade under President Kufuor, first of all as ambassador to USA, Agua. A fact and your opinion. Your year as President Kufuor Trade Minister, PSI is how a boy President Kufuor Amembu, a fact and your opinion. Your year Embra or call UN for money by advice say AU for trade, a fact and your opinion. How or no a formality a conceptualize African continental free trade area no a fact and your yes
African continental
yes
after
yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, messenger. But what said in fact, no, he was the main. No,
he conceptualized the idea of
yes, African continental free trade area. And now, said the Minya honorable car about in command GM. If and idea and Makada made the ball JA Mills Abaso because. Adam Madafu, may come with area, and then open say a known fact, a notorious fact say African continental free trade area no.
Bring child.
Yeah. You see, come start with friends saying, Tama yebe friends saying, OAU no. What do you say? Or more muti the idea of African coming together, sa but to say African continental free trade area, and when the movie idea no yanka said 209 Madam for Mikasa and says, where's you get me angry? Because Kasana say, I even disagree with you. I think that as very disrespectful.
Sure.
Rural Lanchimanti play in the concept, in the formulation, in the pushing of African Continental Free Trade Area. In fact, a new opinion. They say role of play in getting the friends and the headquarters to in Accra. You see now when you Osafumafo, Messenus have video no. Osafumafo say in 90 way back in 90s, and I'll draw paper on African Continental Free. And you honorable Osafumafo and videos no. Alan draw paper on the need for AFCT, you know. Alan push the idea no. Ye buy Alan esa echecheche ema omo Osafumafo ni say obianko enko lobby na headquarters ni ba Accra no. In fact, so for somebody to try and radicalize this, no, I find that very disrespectful. Alan die inka ofu take Ghana say a papa business. That's what we see. Inka we anya long talk via Alan anka odi ebemano. Inti akwa 7 fa you first initiate team na young to man.
Dr. Apia Dankwa made that say sorry lawyer Apia ba pesa with the mouth lawyer Apia Dankwa na yete nka no anapay and someone da epono so I think quite a number of them special voting ashas here but for Eastern region Western region special voting for Eastern and Western region rescheduled for 5th December and no at the so Sanso and His Excellency the Vice President appealing to security personnel, journalists and health workers to vote for him. Former President Mahama Soso Shebo Ekuafo say or the Farmer Service Center Ebeba improved trade facilities in Ejura and also so then there are other current issues. NHI National Health Insurance Authority added 200 million for claims as dialysis treatment begins nationwide and a process for so Professor Jenano Puku Ajiman akwenshia eto no no police for say omo eyemuhwem. So basically these are the issues, but for special voting no and share and look at Eastern and Western region and nientia abato no ye put on hold. Alaji my main share as here in free on the special voting Madaroma.
Well my main for wakonya is na me ma Oma mutie and oma moshe because I no pay me bail. Obibisa me or friend me from US. No so me badum or be me online. So be tie me on Adom online. Into more online mutie na echiamo. There be any time nti echiamo na e catch them say let's say no to gayism. Let's say no to LGBTQ. Obia wa na dwene say LGBTQ trumutumu nkwada ne ayayina owo Ghana wo twetwa ya na ase no let's show that person the exit yamane hu se enka aye culture ho number 2 yes say one dwene ankai eneda wo mistakes a wo ye na ne watimi correct na mehwehwe mu ana obi di bibi Sunday me 28 November 2016 from Gabi Asare Ochredako. Satam no say JDM a commission, Niamaniame commission. Na yentie ne say don't let the ruling party divert your attention. This election is about worsening unemployment, economic hardship, corrupt and incompetent leadership. We are voting for change, not for an interchange. If it's a protocasm, a yetiawape. Sata mwana JDM enamo adwuma waya na o pound tumano gabi ochida ko odi akotene power MPP mu no nsema okan no the same 31st October 2016 yenyina nim so October dia na aka bosumi mienu pe na yato aba the same ochida ko muntie ne gabi ochire da ko muntie ne okan was NDC is campaigning on infrastructure. And this is what a university don't says about it. The economy is number 1. The economy is number 2. The economy is number 3. Because when we have a better economy, all other sectors perform well. Building a hospital It's a very good thing, but that is not how it is done. If you have existing hospitals and you lack doctors, your doctors are going on strike, and you do not have enough medicines, don't go and build another hospital. You have to ensure that the existing ones function properly. This is the detail President Mahama fails to give when touting his achievements in infrastructure. If governance is about contracting loans, if governance is about contracting loans and investing them in infrastructure, then Ekwadonko can do that. CJ, asem we say tem bia mekaya na media ka say poto kasa mo me fi say wo ma mutie no me pa cho mo nyina mate ase but ni tia wa nyina ni say MPP asare Gabi asara chire da kon tam wa na ka boswe mienu a na JDM waye adwuma bibre akwan hospitals nsuo obi abia no Gabi say enye no na Ghana for pe na mom Ghana for hwehwe ne ne me bobo so yi nti wenum nyina mfa so ani so yenyi ntontwene akwan eno na okaya obi kan say ne yedi akwan nsuo yabre nti enye mwanwa say ye ba yi wo mo anwene sa ne ma no na ye nsuo kakra no no o ma ye ne poto. Now let's go to na me baya na mami bi afre me was my name is Irene Fedilia and I'm voting for change. Nam si ade. If for nothing at all, my pressure medication, which was 98 cedis in 2016, Omamo BP, Asabi, Yenin BP area, the Adeba, was in 2016, now or every man was spending 98 cedis. 98 cedis. In 2016, was it now he has to pay 540 cedis, 5.4 million to be able. And was it for this one alone, no, when him say, Ninkwada, our future in JDM, into be vote for change. And I know, and I mean, this shall say, Minia, special voting. If he say, you start 4th Republican Constitution, yeah, special voting every election, yeah. But this day, today special voting, a BC da. Electoral Commission problems or muti maye. Ghana, se be koyenim, se be nyasumdue, se bibi be tosini ni nyina ebe free Electoral Commission. Because Electoral Commission timi hu a munim after 7 December 2020 ekoto aba. You know for sure, say on the 7th of December 2024, ebesa ekoto aba. And you are 4 full years to prepare. And she said, Mubibia, send a beya. And nay, a time in neighbor to a young konya problems be about Shenama Koso. Ever since almost started so more printed, ever since the Electoral Commission started, say 1 more year registration for the district level elections 2019, 2020, about Yabekane, your problems are a Koso. Problem we free and now we are back. Now we call to send a man for Shadan your PCA. And look at what is happening. People wake up near Sicily Nati. Me by name tie who director of elections, MPP. No, can say Sili Nibina Tia, Nani or publish it, Yano, Sanko Tonoboa, and can so publish it. Minia Mitia Mihujimikakra. Number 2, Mitia and so say Baumia, appeal wa dress it before then. Last week Friday, last week Friday, between 12:30 and 1:30, why say, the security agencies are mobile call special voting. Why did they call them to the Jubilee House to come and do? Why did they meet them? They met them.
Who met them?
I'm addressed by Lord Comey, the Deputy Chief of Staff, Baumia's special assistant met security agencies and told them in the face to say,
you mean all of them? How many of
those who are going to vote, over 1,000, those who are going to vote.
Master,
for to one, some catch my body in a debut. My catch was a normal president. Yes, big house war. Me say, and yes, I see you, me say. Now I don't know who paper and go. No radio some batomen ko hwe wonim baby am information free a enti me can say Why? Is it say we have vice president into Yamobo Manu Nakokasa Chomo? I don't have any problem. Men vote to ma John Draman Mama, men vote to Manu, who vote Mana say, Nabaomia Bayano, when you are bedini ye, near our special package the mamo. That is not what you are doing. That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about economic crobeji ya no chrono. Obian Wabeka say in 2016 na Ghana in Yahuchro. That be da. Na bi wo kakra say. But se wujina sa huchire kakra na ne ewo no so na odi da Ghana for. Now the beji na se wo ba ye no wa ba ye no 100 times ah. Why should we even listen to you again? Enti pam no twa no ne America ne say. Ba omia anya ekura no address security agencies no ano de okwa obehu sesi a opa abowe we address wo say no say appealing to them to vote for him. And then what pain me free Boku. Me, I'm a native of Boku. Nani ya me ya. Say baumia me boss say in terms of security, not buying no, I want no, and the chairman of the police council. Only said the vice president is the chairman of the police council. Yes. So him, Atimi, Abogana who for buying, and what you should that bomb. Na ya me ya said this man didn't even acknowledge Sankrofo who are Boku. He never even said Boku problem no yenya kwankra befa so ne resolve because they are no human beings. It hurt me komi mu pa te say ne de sikana asima makuma ye wuram. How Mampusis and Kusasis in Boku wo ye Mampusi ni. That's a problem. Say yes. When you had the chance to address the security, walk back. Can security backbone? Yeah. That's dear. And which ye kumun for over 300 people slaughtered, houses burnt, and Kwarankitwa. Nah, you couldn't even acknowledge. Say what is happening is regrettable, and that all of us must be. Entinu enyamwa sa manfo kikasa akase onono ena what ofuele as to whether that is true or not, that's another thing. But it is so painful. Sanyama say ebesi. Minya voting and special voters omo kwakoye wo na the one kwanko vote ne CJ
Debbie ma apply me vote Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
We vote to offense I cry ya.
Yeah.
No we are about to station amboa.
I mean yeah juma.
Oh yeah juma. Masa. The American nyina is and ye kwako vote one of the requirements. But near ya say nya Ghana nyina na ko vote. Eastern region boy, Western region boy. Hwe time wa ka dey animu yi. Why say and ne anka wo mu wi anu o makwako didi o madwuma no. Wo so wo nsa me vote on Thursday, Adichi Friday, Saturday, you quite general election. And more, again, security, no media to the point to say, printing houses. I think this one was sect something. What is the name of the printer?
A checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
Yes.
To the point to say this thing may happen. Then what you know, and some be brave koso. But me Tinaka MPP for say, look, if they want to win the election, they should go and win it genuinely.
Okay.
But so more tempted. Sani ya wamu peso wamu ye esumasi eni ye way ye be move way and ajo be fa master. Our eyes are in their pocket.
Okay.
We are our eyes are not outside. It's with them. And wherever they move, no, we know. Ye nyina nko ye nyu abanu we Ghana for kasi ya mawa. It is handed over to you. Ye nyina ni wachi. That's what I want.
Alhaji Honorable Alhaji Amadu Sorogo of the NDC na yete ne Kano Adom 106.3 FM Mpensenpensenmu yuguso ayede somo yemfa seda ma latex foam and the mattresses papa de abedwa so enkunya kwara so ene ode bia beka ho a wo pe mattress adaso anya hoden asori akọ nnuma so enkunya ode begia hoho ba bia wo pe enkunya ne bia wo fie wo office ba bia no omo enkunya papa e wo ho nti to papa preko latex foam a free students mattress ade kwa akesi open papa adaso latex foam showrooms wo Ghana ha ba bia do ani kire ho abenya ne papa latex foam your partner for life. Na afia dan kwa we dem se me ba ho on this issue ansa na makowie wo Dr. Banoho lawyer
on what issue?
On the special voting exercise here and then there are issues of the suspension of Eastern region and Western region. Yeah, NRA EC emergency meeting a day and political parties in each year. Lawyer.
Well, so I think say Maka is as in baby nano last week on my presidential candidates no signing peace
pact.
I don't know why one MPs and signing be and MPs and sign and nobody peace pact.
Well, I think the presidential candidates sign on behalf of their parliamentary candidates.
No, but presidential candidates don't have parliamentary candidates.
It's a party. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, the presidential candidates don't have some notion organization. Say Democrats never aristocracy, and now the president team can say man toma me MPT, but the president isn't supposed to own an MP. If you say the focus of the constitution, say parliament ever serve as an oversight over the executive.
Yeah,
you understand. So presidential will say no, signing on his own behalf, one signing on the behalf. Well, that's my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah. So signing on his own behalf. Anyway, so you're signing peace pact last week. As some of us know, there are some people, being myself included, and I think that last week about more group as a crab account who has more Joy FM. So this is about a ninth election. This is about a ninth election. That's what signing peace pact. Then one can say, admit say there's something fundamentally wrong with the system now or running.
Because you mean to say after 8 elections, say yentimi nya systems are etimi ebo ye abato ho ban na afibia election ye bia say ko sign peace pact.
Not an admission of
you have a point.
Yes, effort and I am found strengthening your institutions. No, you found creative system is in work credibility. Is amount for that because immediately amount for NJEC ability to deliver elections are a year free and fair. No? Then there is a problem, and already because of appointments being another year. You understand? Appointment amount for perceive say we appointed people who are in the MPP onto the EC, and I'm using the word perceive deliberately. What I say amount for a perceive say already now. What is not a situation not a struggle to fulfill the obligation. Friends say as they were free for this election, and the obligation being to deliver for Ghana an election which is not only free and fair, which is perceived to be free and fair. Into all the issues are cropping up. Starting with the loss of the BVDs, and then last week Friday say still be breaking and still being breaking then special votes are there. What it does is say if that undermines whatever belief or faith the people of Ghana have in the ability of the EC to deliver the obligations as a free, which is to deliver for us an election which is perceived as in beyond say be free and fair, but it's also perceived to be free and fair. So in this area, but things say right now, you don't find skill and tact, no more handle the post happenings, no, and make sure say Saturday is Mpensenpensenmu way ember because unfortunately, me for say elections because I really and yet a tax by politicians as in to seek the money of Ghana for to serve them. I quite say a power struggle. Elections will come and say a power struggle. And yeah, about say friends saying
will be
a power struggle. And it's a peace pact. Because if really amount for put themselves up to be elected to serve then adding a peace party. Yes, I need peace party. Passing Nipa 8 to last election. You enter now, if I say IGP president say, and after 4 years, 8 of your compatriots, in spite of peace pact. Into a juma what Ghana saying Esopa. Am I hearing say yes? We say Esopa, so because of how I politics. Over how are politics and they are failure to build the right institutions, you failure to build the right culture. Into elections, a power struggle because I'm not funny epe to me be, but one person on be Juma, they don't even work. And so you have a lot riding on the elections, no. And because there's a lot riding on the election, I think say or more they be peace pact, no. Or when you say the elections on a knife edge. But on a knife edge because of some of these things. Into East, and if one him say elections they is on a knife edge, why should you create situations? I remember amount for and I say increasing the likelihood of amount for doing Nsem on election day. No? And some of these things, their reason or the mass, I didn't know, special with Uncle so Eastern and Western region. Why should the paper leak? Because who is which one only room for error. I just said, only room for error. And I'm sure I can say he has a power struggle. Because a power struggle means what everyone says stakes near higher. The Democrat stakes near because of you, especially your leaders, their failure to build the right institutions and the right systems. Oh, everyone saying building this solid economic it's amount for you from Kasa and on the line. Elections be determined amount for whether they'll be poor, whether they'll be rich. The majority of the politicians, that is what is at stake. And time say a power struggle. No? Because of that, well, you're easy. No? I just so you're extremely careful. Because the room for error, zero. Practically zero. That situation last year, they change numbers. No, this year. They don't know this year. They're also with the special voting. They're unpardonable. You see, unpardonable. However, I just move skillfully and tactfully, and find a way of managing the post-event issues.
Yeah.
No more sure say on 7th December, or maybe be a clean and perfect, because there's a lot riding on elections. Because of young say failure to create the right systems. A creative system election be a power struggle. Unfortunately, a creative situation election be a power struggle. They are on this between 7th and 9th. Over the press conferences, friends, and then press releases any threats, unnecessary threats, and then you wonder and ask yourself, something for your almost a person some Ghana magana ya Mpensenpensenmu you know. Really is their focus to serve on minor na.
Yeah.
You maybe I mean can't be but a joint there will Ghana unless you don't see it. But a joint there will Ghana pan and a joint in your rules 30 kilometers, 30,000 kilometers, and yan but systems. So you better build the system because like I always see and my cars are so building the right systems are infrastructure development a matter of course. So can you build the right systems in infrastructure development a matter of course. Like I be a campaigner and be my see rules 30 kilometers because a matter of course. A matter of course. But the in terms of Oma leadership, I bet a big impact on the culture of the country. Oma leadership, a bit changing the mindset of the people. Oma leadership, a magana for a patriotic. Oma leadership, a bit creating a culture and your parochial. Oh, who creating institutions. It was something fundamentally wrong over your police forces here. And I think last month, Mikushia Westlands for police station because we are mayor and they more inability to do their way because almost say peniphobic teachery. And be some say no one has a money mojumano. Because policeman, so we will be in what I say. But you weaken institutions, police for this show in penny show politicians. And so this under this region, what is so many times order from above. Order from above. Order from above. Hope some funny. Yes, order from above. I'm going to NDC MP. Friends saying, what the doesn't buy order from above. Why are we doing this to the country? Why are we doing this to the country? And then who are president are yes, or the power to appoint easy. But the president should be guided by value to realize that because of the sensitive nature, you must not appoint people who are perceived to be from your political party. But he didn't do that. So because of that, we create a system, small mistake. It was only a nipa. It's so or nipa. It could be say leakage, a genuine mistake. It could be say leakage, a genuine mistake. It could be say breakage is a genuine mistake. But why the BGD say a genuine mistake? Who will believe that? Who will believe that? What do I say? Into for me, stakes near high. Stakes near high, not because of just the politics and the partisanship nature of it, but stakes near high because the time for us to come together as one people and build a country, and now, and so you fail as the people. To put the interest of the country ahead of your personal interest and your partisan interest. Now your failure, your democracy, a threat.
Okay, all right. Me say lawyer Andrew Apia Dankwa of the Movement for Change and Adom 106.3 FM. Doc.
CJ, let me say before I start, let me send a paper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the foremost papers published, academic paper published by Palgrave Macmillan UK and published by the European Journal of Development Research. And if you look at the authors, you have Delphin Commander Espoir.
Yeah, I see you there.
You see Frank Banner there.
Yes.
Now,
I see
when
Frank
my brother
Banner.
was making, the reason why I was laughing was because of this, because I am an author of one of the foremost papers on the African continental free trade. And in the literature review, there is nowhere that is mentioned that the AFCTA was a big brainchild of Alan Kojo Chamantin. It is a falsehood. And I'm saying it on. That's why I share this paper with you. And this paper is available online. Anyone can read it. It's total falsehood. So that's why I was laughing. I wasn't laughing at him, but I was laughing at the notion that he conceptualized the idea. Fine, he could be or campaign for after no idea and bias he implemented. But he couldn't have been the one who initiated the after. Because that's what I've said. Tina, me share that paper with you. And this is a work done by me.
I am
and
now going
colleagues.
to take my time and read
and other colleagues from different universities across the African continent. Delphin is from Congo. Regret is from Zimbabwe, and I'm from Ghana. We did this work. You see, sometimes you bet not radio sune kasa. Me and kasa to say we have knowledge of everything. You see, when you are dealing with academia, you should speak to evidence. You see, you don't just make statements. That's why I was laughing. And for me, I felt a bit appalling to see him say,
but Doc, I am the same like I said. The idea could have been mooted from somewhere, even before you guys came together to put together this paper. And to say lawyer can say
it is not mentioned anywhere in the literature. That's why I'm saying that it should be captured in the literature.
Okay.
Where the idea came from should be captured in the literature.
Okay, so per your literature, and where did this idea come from?
See, this idea was birthed from the idea of the African economic integration. Say Africa abibi mine, ye economy no ye ni set we say ye betumi di ye ho adididwa. And it was hinged on the idea say offer literature now. As we speak now, the African continent is spending about $30 billion annually on importation of agricultural products. Just agricultural products, 30 billion USD. So the whole idea was fine. If the African continent spends about 30 billion on agricultural products, more than 90% comes from Europe. And yes, South Africa for duamo, omudia wheat, Ghana for dua banche, Nigeria for dua fanesa bayre, Mali Burkina for dua onions. Next year, me who can see ye need without any barriers. And yes, you can free Africa continent na eko amano ebetumi atena ha na I create job. The main idea is hinged on agriculture and job creation. That is where the idea came from.
Who just for me, I'm learning.
I mean, we are all learning.
Who tell you, because definitely it should have come from.
That is
You wrote the literature.
Allow me to talk. When you were talking, I was quiet.
Oh, no, I just said
allow me to talk, please. When you were talking, I was quiet.
We are all trying to learn.
No. So that when people are talking and I come in, they tell me to keep quiet.
Okay.
I expect them to also keep quiet when I'm talking.
That is
and listen to me.
well
You are the
understood.
moderator. You can ask me questions.
That's well understood.
And I'll respond to you.
It's well understood.
Yes. And I'm doing exactly how people treat me here. There's no hard feelings here. That's what I'm saying, say. Per the literature, no. It is an idea that has been there, not today. The whole African economic integration, it has been there since the OAU period. Into the the idea has been there for a very long time. In fact, it has transitioned from various stages and Sanababidu after. That is the point I'm making. It can never be the idea of say, fine, and I'm also the headquarters bar, Accra. Fair enough. I don't have evidence to dispute that, and I don't have evidence to accept that. But to say the after idea was birthed by him, it is falsehood per this paper that I have. Well, now let me go on to the other issues that I have. That's just for it. Now, to go on, CJ, a very, very important, we are in a democracy, and democracy, CJ, a machine. Obekaso a machine, a programming into Bibiabe weke 100%. It may can be about a year the seal as somewhere okay. Me say, my information a writer. It tells me say a national security actually, and enya information and ality is say this is actually what is going on. Now me the me dekakro money say this thoughts are say going into a very important and critical elections, our security agencies are on the ground and they are working because national security sa information we anfama electoral commission na enka ade asem ne kebesi ena enka ye course say ye kwakoto abana enka ade asem ne kebesi intimidate dem do mu ni say ye wo the national security systems and as a security apparatus emi say they are on the ground working na say BBC a omutumi epiki information intem na de enkadi oyeni ebeba no omutumi averte it is very very important but they make culture electoral commission and say you see this is one election so said the stakes are very high and once the stakes are high you don't create the room for any individual and I say for any political party to use it as a leverage to cause chaos because already the signs have been clear. I mean, even without some of these things coming up, we saw from a year the point because voter register it has been bloated because ya transfer nkofobi efi baby ediomo akakogu baby into enintino. It was say a electoral commission emma an independent body eba what we call a voters audit. Me say because between one of my colleagues me say wo haya na can say asem no emma me raise issue ni say I didn't know over the years no kra na yenye audit na someone is calling for audit. There's a reason to say auditing because want to mean for be private data and come at third party without seeking the consent of that individual. I mean, it was one of the issues I made me raise. Fast forward, let me say it became clear and evident in IPAC meetings. Say most of the issues that were being thrown about, say enunti and young auditing were falsehood. And I mean, you sit here, I mean, IPAC, it was telecasted live in TVs. Until date, almost say lawyers, almost public advocates, including the political party, NDC, Nankasa, na pioneers, issue, no. After IPAC meeting, yanti who she beam, who so be a issue statement be to that effect or not, ABC and I, yaditia. Until I make us say, so there has been that intent by some people say they are looking for mistakes. That is how made them who say so ubibe from anase ubibe tubi naso na edi jinaso aye ni NSA until they make catch electoral commission say yes we only have one Ghana until certain unpardonable mistakes yes more yet some mistakes na eno ntinu obi mfanko gina so ma meka nkyere Ghana for say o eni aba na ekoto ye ne kura ne sebi o emu ana ho fan eno ntinu yentumi kura enye resource no ntum because do o man see ya lose because they me cancer me 2016 with my experience as a returning officer for East Ghana battle will be extremely difficult so because me wiem me experience and me want it to be very very difficult say obi beka say owiem I didn't know because I used see so offer pension me nim say be o master sana but the last time I me year be now was 2016 so offer pension na me feel we are political parties ewo section or representatives assign with their names na say almost sign we ewo the original sheet so the sheets na memetete ediama political party representatives ni nyina de from say carbon copies na CJ say assume say so obi assign say 26 na say memekọ na mekotwam say 30 the person who signed must also sign against it to say changes na say enipa political party representative na 20 yenyina ejutum say na mistake this memekọ sign e wo kokoam so
no mama kana
sign den ejutum na it is null and void to mean jintum na ntina make say with my experience in 2016 no ebeye den say was it ye to about to send a yakaya ye declare results for polling station be so party A 20 party B 40 party C say no say obi wiem e be ye den me the payment own experience the minimum no into the Mr. Electoral Commission say given say this is the systems in place so order to a lot of African countries TJ we are far ahead in terms of elections ye to I can say this on authority based on my experience many with some other countries staying there and observing their elections. We are far ahead. However, given say the stakes are high in it, they may catch Electoral Commission. They say some of these mistakes omo ye and I say meaning some we nipa we omo shada so more quiet. Some of these things are bound to happen when you are working with human institutions and most especially any commissioner nankasa na work from ho ye adwuma na me say we delegate to be say nipa ne gonko ye adwuma no nipa no so duro ono nso sabi nipa ye nipa ono nso betumi or one interest e betumi asi but these are things Ghana ni bia mpese obete and a Ghana ni bia so mpese ye better say oh ye say ye ka koto aba say na say eh ade e be say Electoral Commission say from some mistakes with ye mpese ye better be
that's it. Dr. Frank Bano of the MPP and you're in Adom 106.3 FM lawyer yes
so once I akasa be trophy blah 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 but you see there's some maybe a factual one a fact say in the 60s no you come from independence of Ghana and other African countries here in independence no you recognize it say unless Africa fall ever together both politically and economically no there was no way true emancipation as in true African emancipation was going to happen what I say him say based on friends there's so many debates and other things no all what they succeeded in doing was to create a club OAU na later be AU but the obi recognize it say listen ye here trade integration but na yentimi nye na yentimi put it together an institution I mean can't say idea kekewo idea they say oh so be our idea but how to then bring that idea down and create an institution ebe fulfill sa trade integration na yentimi nye na Africa na yeni bibisa in 2009 after MPP for you lose election and UN4 a friend say UN Economic Commission for Africa ECA omo headquarters e wadi zawa omo appointed Ora Lanchamantin so on be headed sa institution no na on sa head what we call the African Trade Policy Center e wa Addis Ababa as am kai 209 it is our idea way about integration of Africa ye trade and other things and now a year one from him no alan koye oko head is idea no and now one or put in place the creation of such structure no one and I'm saying I'm sure architect of it no and now two on negotiating with African leaders because you better mean integrity so to mean almost every head of state of Africa ekasa emo tiase no CD some part of we say be emasa structure now creating and that's why I mentioned Atamil's Dean at that time because in Alan it one or year no Atamil's play a critical role and Makada said the mammy bought Atamil's one she say oh Alan ye MPP ni na that chibiano obetimi this credit no ama MPP Alan leading negotiations a creative structure and creating the framework and include the legal framework because ACFTA no and to say ECOWAS and no they are legal we say a binding point and there are sanctions simple put it together ACFTA no so and yeah about say that concept we him and then they know our concept no how can you put that concept within a structure within an institution
but lawyer say na idea no na concept no wo hwa na oral and chairman came to put flesh on
what Adam can say since time immemorial there's always been concept of statehood in fact before there was always a concept of having a one country Ghana say there was always a concept that's always a concept about everything all kind of literature almost no concept our for centuries but it's easy for you to then bring down the concept to the ground now we're creating as an institution and we say and enter your mama for credit no so kind history their concept and a virgin if I think people so what kind literature you use the word you discovered this you use the word maybe he discovered this because everything has always been there the idea of integration has, because in Africa pen na face why integration. Even USA come integration. Some people can argue say before USA became US, not Santiman, I say integration. What I say, but it's easy for you because for instance in the 60s no, omutu sa idea no of OAU. The problem making simple cry or draw structure no. In Pakra or quiet negotiations with all the head of states, but in Pakra creates an institution called Africa, because right now there's an institution, a legal entity called African Continental Free Trade Area. There's a legal entity. We say integration. Institution, a legal entity called African Continental Free Trade Area.
And that
we say the architect,
the lead
and
architect. Alan Kojo Chairman.
And in fact, the background or conceptually say integration. You create a certain institution. Alan John Kojo Chichimantin, and beyond the make a crampono or honorable Asafmafu. Honorable Asafmafu, and Mr. Sendo. I got the video putting about we say honorable on some ejina sumpieso. I can say way back in the 90s. Way back in the 90s, I'm here on one people, and Alan a multi side of creating an institution or bring it to say, sir. So I'm very surprised. I was a Ghana the same way Kwame Nkrumah founder. They be and not argument. Beyond contestation, saying Pakra or negotiating or architect of ACFT Alan Kojo Chichimantin.
All right, okay. May I say lawyer Apia Dankwa.
Obiakasa tutu. Enti mame so menka me second one. So obiakasa tutu. Mini ame pacho unim pamono chano. The most important thing is he recognizes will be free Ghana through his effort as to whether ideal then you and ye work bibia a fapima. Ye kasi ye ka Ghana yenzo si din woman say ye nipa say
after no head office no ewo.
And you know sir bank and forward and back. Me you know what I mean tiase. And you know the enfan kotunche but me tie you know Minia doctor, I say 2016, no, a returning officer for the Electoral Commission. Oh no, I say no, catch him. I say when Ukraine is talking from experience, so it will be difficult for the Electoral Commission to change this because no in 2016 he as a known MPP or MPP he was an Electoral Commission returning officer. Miyam Shemekakra. But let's go forward.
Maybe at that time on him.
Oh, that time no MP. So this is no electoral officer. I am fan sir. And because of Sanya Mania Manintinu, and yes, it's a Sadia Africana ye dorsum. Who appoint ya? Me appoint to Obia. Tesania me, Sorogo me wa me no dia me defend the NDC. No China, John Draman Mama Beponti Sorogo say, we're a member of the Electoral Commission. Sija Udi and Kabeka. Dr. Tiadiana Gobeka. Kawai and a bapeni. But say about qualification, I qualify because meaning near what Nini my MP for 12 years. My law ni any met him the ejuma. But does it mean he say ya appoint me? I know near cano send a bayo china BBC behu me minia Pamuno chano or Mokwako for 2 money near my CC. All what I'm saying is say problem base you say Sigano be free Electoral Commission. Woman your majuma ye. Na ajuma MPP abeye over the last 8 years. Baumianya chance over the last 8 years. Baby about 2 Ghana. In terms of the economy, in terms of education, health, infrastructure, baby about 2 Ghana. The currency inflation, you know, and net hini yakodu. Me da basa mi etietio. We nyina na we say no me I'm not interested in that. Is there an improvement over the Obetu Yana Nasa deteriorate? Obetu economy and B minus. And net ye drew he your junk baller junk status. Obetu economy now inflation 15.4 or the Equayako 54 and then almost 23. Obetu economy and dollar near 4 cities to 4 cities to $1 and net Equayako 17.2. Obetu economy and not me wife. Yato milk 1 cedi 70 pesos a day milk and now 9 cedis. That is what I'm talking. Staple food. I bet unemployment obetui na 8.4% and now 15%. And now bre amount for a bre ye economy Obetu economy a ni etua yeka. CJ Ghana ni etua yeka. Womo aba no omo si yesika nyina ka yedi nyina no na ye 120.2 billion. Amu chicha ma se Ghana ni bia de ka 4,000. Enne womo di yeko 768 billion. Ghana ni ba ku bia de ka 250 million. Utie yakaza for 250 million mrani nkonko tuaka na obeya bichina. That is what we are talking about. Economy be biatia pansign. After 8 good years, also ubabe move Ghana from taxation to production. And look at them tia. Nami buafunu. Look, MPP, they just took Ghanaians and say, hey masa, ya ohuri enim kosro. And ne 40 taxes. And MPP before the ababe so to the point they say COVID, yari abe kumye. COVID tax. And we see a tax. Bet nkwadano munya adwumanya na womo to bet no 10% akufado bawumia. Now the reason why I'm saying this ni say all the economic policies, one head of the economic management team bawumia okay so buy to the point they say what's 3 NDC for say can anybody remember the NDC economic management team no start boni there what a solid team any enti no masa enya way na here ni aye kan say Jenana Oba police ni woye dispatch nada nyame nko ni cars ne baako or the boo abom a police for so mo hwehwe ba hemi nwanwa because if a police person is escorting whether it is a private person or a public function nasa they cannot trace the policeman for 3 days to the extent so mo boss a man for should help them then you will be because now unami nasa obi di bo police ni bi be ku kura na masa ye hu be ko anu ne ka say is that what we have to do ne ye kan say elections ma ba wo abedru hwe wasitinem president Kufo ne kae
okay
ase hwe wasitinem na to abapa so office wasitinem ya to unya nsopa no mu ato galamsey ne we asay obi timi di gold MPP regional chairman gold was my mini binka ho no what in TV anim odi go was this is solid money now man for bread now we are more forest MPP baumia ama forest are protected no one more ba yellow see enwuram yen destroy forest yen destroy water bodies. That is what Ghanaians are looking at and going to vote them out.
All right, but that's it. Alaji Amadou Sorogo of the NDC and Yetin and Kano. I think I have some 5 more minutes. Between 1-1, nothing. Yeah, sorry, Doc.
1 minute.
You
made economic management as some say John Dramani Mahamayana, me wait dream kakrana. And I am a so. Now, what is the record of John Dramani Mahama when it comes to economic management, CJ? This is a man, chairman, or a vice president, former President John Evans Atta Mills, when you'll be Konyame Fanny Currency. 2012, Tama OC form na economy grew about 8.3%. From 2013 to 2016, economy grew about 8.3% now. Now dwindled to the extent that 2015 credit the economy grew by 2.8%. 2016 and the economy grew by 3.4%. This is the record of John Dramani Mahama. Now people talk about debt, Ghana. You see, it is important that we cover data. You talk about the baseline. Now, Tama President John Ejekum D. Wokufu AC form in 2008. Na Ghana kaye dinyina ofano Ghana cedi na 9 billion cedis. 9 into 10 billion CJ. By 2016, now your debt na abanu over 122 billion Ghana cedis. That is more than 10 times an increment of the debt stock. Just do simple multiplication. Now, when you move 122 to N, what the say Bank of Ghana figure is 761. That is not up to even 8 times of an increment or growth rate of the total debt stock. And when we talk about debt stocker, okay, John Dramani Mahama is not the person you will leave an economy in.
All right.
Now, I hear someone also talking about in real. Let's look at in real in per capita terms. the total debt stock per head was about 4,000 Ghana cedis. Per capita in 2016 was about 7,000 Ghana cedis. Today, per capita is a little about 30,000 Ghana cedis. Debt stock is a little close to about 119,000 Ghana cedis. When you do the subtraction per header, today the Ghanaian in terms of welfare is better off compared to 2016. So what are we talking about?
Okay.
Now today's the second quarter growth rate is 6.9%. John Mahama's growth rate on Ojao in 2016 was 3.4%.
Dr. Bano,
so how is he a better manager of the economy? He's the worst person that anyone can refer to as a manager of the economy.
Dr. Frank Bano, Papa.
Very short.
Yes, sorry.
Masa, Pam no try no ni nyina nsin dey macho. O say Dr. John Draman Mama na ba anya de because omai say omunya de omaso dum so no amaye omunya de no mo grow 3.4 omunya de even though everywhere World Bank, IMF, international bodies say because of the hard decisions John Dramani Mahama taken in 2016, in 2017, 2018, any government that comes is supposed to grow double digits because of the work. I know, and now you see, you in terms of percentages. So, and you know, and you move from 9, I call 120. And I remember move from 120. Remember, catch us a dozo do. And he's call 120. Now we move from 120. I cost 760. One figure 61 billion. I know the year. One can as to what that money has been even used for. Ghana for tier. So Ufi say he ended up by saying Ghana for more welfare. We are better today than they were in 2016. Ghanaians, Mamutie, Matuamamo. So Ufi say we are better now than 2016.
All right,
Saturday, Yabeko.
Honorable Alaji Amadou Sorogo, any training Kano lawyer.
In fact,
Doc, that's it.
A course 101. Say the safest place to place your money. Government of Ghana bonds.
Yeah.
That fundamental principle has been breached. See, economy Baumia and managing. Atam Ghana for 12 billion. I'm a man for woo. Don't have to say. On one say, if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. See, exchange rate at the same 17 cities. In fact, almost because of our poor management of economy, the number of Ghana for are dropping into poverty levels. Is that we wipe it away the middle class? No, Omuna could do economy no one. Omuna could draw economy no one. What you say? The first duty on 7th December, the first duty, Ghana for you now. So quite case of tongue. Na pe prayer. Na promise uncle for we mo. I won't kind of crempo. Uncle for we mo. Yam pamio. So what problem we no? No be some question. Why na? Sagana your dear. Tom the monk home, the monk. Omudia can MPB for. Bamian on can. Now, why should one can no be someone says, so with that kind of a can. Except Ghana, your papa campaign, enough solutions. Why? What the best shed your critical Africa continental free trade area on contempt some different symbol. Citizen of the fund of Ghana free common symbol. Oh, in Tronqua, the fact now the Ghana no, I say. Urala John Kujuchamansa. Nobody needed the transformation.
But I say, Honorable Lawyer Apia Dankwa of the movement for change.